Hi there. Here's a really fun and easy craft that you could do with your little one while you're talking about hot or cold. And here's what the first page looks like. And the first page has the instructions and it says hot or cold. Help these children get where they need to go, the hot weather or the cold weather, by cutting them out and gluing each one to the right scene. Then decorate the scene. And right off the bat, you could ask your little one, you could say, hey, look, this one, how is he dressed? What is he wearing? And your kiddo, could tell you the different parts, or you could help by telling them the different parts. Oh, he's wearing a hat, and it looks like he's wearing a very big warm coat, and things like that, And so what kind of weather do you think he's ready for? And then you move on to the other kiddo, and there you go. Now you've kind of discussed what each of them are dressed for, and then you move on to page 2. Don't even cut it out yet. Just go ahead and put that sheet aside and move on to page 2. And you can see it says, well, your little one might not know how to read what it says, probably doesn't if you're doing this activity, but that's okay because print is always, always really good to have around. A print-rich environment, that's what teachers like to say. And that just means that you want to have lots of words around everywhere, labels around everywhere, because that's how kids learn how to read. And so go ahead and talk about what one scene looks like. Oh, there's a snowman, that's probably snow. What do you think it is? Is it cold or is it hot? And, they'll let you know. And then you could even point to the word and say, oh, look, it says cold. That picture is cold. And then you go to the other side and you talk about, what's in that picture, the sun, and maybe that's sand down there, and ask your kiddo, is it cold or hot? And they'll tell you. And you can point to the word and say, oh, look, it says hot. And depending on where your little one is, you could even talk about the letters and the letter sounds. C says cold, hot. You can get as involved as you want. All right, so what they have to do is they're going to go to that first page and they're going to cut out those kiddos. If your little one has some trouble with cutting, I'll go ahead and link you to, there's a link right here to a video that gives you some tips and tricks about that. But there you go. And so they're going to cut this out. You got your little kid in the snowsuit and your kid in the shorts and the t-shirt. You're going to look at the pictures again. Where did they go? And, use some glue. And kiddo, just glue them on. Oh, hey, if your kiddo loves to use this kind of glue instead of, I've got a glue stick here as well, but always makes a mess with this kind of glue. There's a link right here too, and that'll take you to some good tips about gluing. I'm actually going to use a glue stick. Whoop. There goes the cap. And just glue. My glue stick is dried up. Not going to use a glue stick. I'm just going quickly because I'm taking up enough of your time while I'm doing the craft myself. There we go. There's my little cold kiddo and my hot kiddo. Now let's get to the really cool part. The really cool part is snow! I've got some mashed potatoes. And your kiddo could just take some glue, squeeze it on the bottom there on the snow, sprinkle on some mashed potatoes, and they've got a snowscape. Oh, don't want to leave that kiddo on the beach out, so I've got some breadcrumbs. And just put some glue down there. And you could go ahead and just shake some right out of here. This is a good shaky breadcrumb. Or you could always put it in a bowl and sprinkle it on too. I'm just going to shake mine. There we go. Hot and cold. You can get as silly as you want with it. You could add little maybe puff balls to put on the kiddo's hat, maybe a little piece of felt or fabric and stick and make your little beach blanket. Color it in even before you glue if you want to color. Do it before the gluing. And there you have it. Cute, hot and cold activity. It's fun. Get some mashed potatoes and some breadcrumbs in there, stuff you have around the house. And that's all. Oh, hey, the link to get this activity, the worksheet, is in the description of the video. And like I said, there's that great gluing tip and the great cutting tip, and there are links down there as well. Bye.